You know what most gardeners get wrong about January? They think the ground's too frozen, the days too short, the whole idea too crazy. But here's the truth nobody talks about: while your neighbors are flipping through seed catalogs dreaming about spring, you could already be pulling fresh vegetables from your garden. I'm not talking about some greenhouse setup that costs a fortune. I'm talking about 6 crops that laugh in the face of winter, thrive when everyone else has given up, and could be on your dinner plate while there's still snow on the ground. Stick around, because what I'm about to share will completely flip how you think about the coldest month of the year. Hey there, garden friend. Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new, you've just stumbled into the best corner of YouTube for growing food without emptying your wallet. I'm so glad you're here. This is Earthly Gardening, where we prove that incredible harvests don't require incredible budgets. Now, before we dig into these 6 winter warriors, do me a quick favor: smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because I drop new budget-friendly gardening secrets every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Plus, it's free, it helps the channel grow, and it takes literally 2 seconds. Deal? Awesome. Let's get growing. Let's address the elephant in the garden shed. January feels like a dead month. The ground is locked up, the days are short, and planting anything sounds ridiculous. But here's the shift that changed everything for me. Some vegetables don't just tolerate cold, they prefer it. These are tough, cold-loving crops that actually get sweeter and better as temperatures drop. The real advantage? Starting them in January puts you weeks or even months ahead. You're harvesting while everyone else is still waiting to plant. It's like time traveling your way to fresh food. So let's jump into 6 cold season champions that thrive when most people think gardening is impossible. Vegetable 1, spinach. First up, we've got spinach, and I'm not talking about the sad, wilted stuff you find in grocery stores. I'm talking about leaves so dark green they're almost purple, so packed with flavor they make you wonder why you ever bought the bagged version. Here's the secret most people miss: spinach seeds actually germinate better in cool soil. While tomatoes and peppers need warmth to wake up, spinach is already stretching and yawning when the thermometer hits just above freezing. Plant these seeds about ½ inch deep, spacing them roughly 2 inches apart in rows. If you're working with containers because the ground's too hard, that works perfectly too. Just make sure your pot is at least 6 inches deep. Now, here's the money-saving trick: 1 packet of seeds costs maybe $2, and you'll get dozens of plants from it. Compare that to buying organic spinach at the store every week, and you've just saved yourself a small fortune by spring. The real magic happens around week 6 to 8. You'll start seeing these gorgeous, tender leaves pushing through, and even if a cold snap hits, they just hunker down and wait it out. It's like they've got their own internal thermostat. Vegetable 2, broad beans. Next on the list is an underrated powerhouse: broad beans, also called fava beans. These plants are absolute warriors. Plant them in January and they quietly build strong roots through the cold. When spring arrives, they take off knee-high plants, striking black and white flowers, and fat pods filled with rich, buttery beans. Planting couldn't be simpler. Push seeds about 2 inches deep, space them 8 inches apart, and let them do their thing. Broad beans actually need cold to perform well, which is why January planting works so perfectly. They're also incredibly budget-friendly. A few dollars worth of seed can plant a full row, and each plant produces multiple harvests. After you're done picking, cut the plants down and dig them into the soil. As nitrogen fixers, they improve your garden for the next crop at no extra cost. If you can find it, try Aqua Dulce Claudia. It was bred specifically for winter planting and handles January conditions with ease. Quick pause here. If you're finding this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It genuinely helps more gardeners discover these tips, and it lets me know you want more content like this. Also, drop a comment below telling me which of these vegetables you're most excited to try. I read every single comment, and I love hearing from you. Alright, back to the vegetables. Vegetable 3, garlic. Now, technically, garlic should be planted in autumn, but here's what nobody tells you: if you missed that window, January still works, especially if you're in a milder climate or willing to give your bulbs a little protection. Garlic is probably the easiest thing you'll ever grow. You literally break apart a bulb, stick each clove pointy end up into the ground about 4 inches deep, cover it, and then basically ignore it for months. That's it. That's the whole technique. But here's where the budget magic really shines. One bulb of organic garlic from the grocery store costs what, maybe 50 cents. Break that into cloves, and you've got 8 to 12 plants. By summer, each one of those cloves turns into an entire new bulb. You've just turned 50 cents into several dollars worth of garlic, maybe even $5 or $6 if you're buying the fancy organic stuff. The January advantage is that garlic needs cold to develop properly. It's called vernalization, which is just a fancy word for needs winter to do its thing. Those cold weeks trigger the bulb to divide into cloves instead of just staying as one blob. Protection tip: if your ground freezes solid, throw some straw or leaves over your planting area. You're not trying to keep it warm, just preventing that constant freeze-thaw cycle that can push your cloves out of the ground. One more thing: in spring, your garlic will send up these curly shoots called scapes. Don't ignore those. Snip them off, chop them up, and use them like green onions. They're delicious, and cutting them actually helps your bulbs grow bigger. Free bonus vegetables. Vegetable 4, kale. Let's talk about kale, and I promise this isn't about jumping on some trendy superfood bandwagon. This is about a vegetable that genuinely does not care what winter does to it. I've seen kale survive temperatures that killed everything else around it. I've watched it bounce back from being completely frozen solid, looking like green ice sculptures one day and perfectly healthy the next. It's honestly a little spooky how tough this plant is. January planting is straightforward. Seeds go about half an inch deep, roughly 4 inches apart. Within a couple of weeks, you'll see tiny seedlings popping up, and once they're a few inches tall, thin them so each plant has about a foot of space. Here's the flavor secret that changes everything: kale that grows in cold weather is sweeter. Like, significantly sweeter. The plant produces sugars as a natural antifreeze, and that translates directly to better taste. The bitter, tough kale people complain about? That's usually summer kale that got too hot. Winter kale is an entirely different experience. Cost breakdown: a packet of seeds runs about $2 and gives you enough plants to harvest continuously for months. You don't pick the whole plant at once. You just pluck off the lower leaves as they mature, and the plant keeps producing from the top. It's like having a vegetable factory that never shuts down. Variety recommendation: Winterbor is basically bulletproof, but Red Russian is more tender and has gorgeous purple-tinged leaves that make your garden look intentionally decorative while also feeding you. Vegetable 5, onions. Onion sets are one of those things that feel almost like cheating. They're basically baby onions that someone else already started for you. You shove them in the ground in January, and by early summer, you're pulling up full-sized onions. The technique is so simple it barely counts as gardening. Push each set into the soil until just the tip is showing, space them about 4 inches apart, and you're done. The hard part is remembering where you planted them. January is actually ideal because onions need a long growing season, and they respond to day length. The earlier you get them in, the bigger they'll grow before the summer sun tells them it's time to form bulbs. Budget angle: a bag of onion sets costs maybe $4 and contains 50 to 75 sets. Think about that. You're potentially growing 75 onions for $4. Go price 75 onions at the grocery store, and you'll realize you just found one of the best investments in gardening. The beauty of sets over seeds is speed and certainty. Seeds can be finicky, take forever, and not all of them make it. Sets are already growing, already tough, and they have a head start that makes all the difference in short-season areas. Storage tip for later: once you harvest these in summer, cure them in a dry spot for a few weeks, then store them somewhere cool and dark. Properly stored onions can last you into next winter. You're basically creating your own grocery store in your garage. Vegetable 6, lettuce. Last but absolutely not least, we need to talk about winter lettuce, because this one blows people's minds. Most folks think lettuce is a delicate spring thing, but certain varieties are cold hardy enough to grow right through winter, especially if you give them minimal protection. We're talking about types like Winter Density and Arctic King, names that literally tell you they're built for this. Planting is quick work. Scatter seeds thinly across your bed, barely cover them with soil, and keep things moist. In a couple of weeks, you'll have tiny lettuce seedlings, and as they grow, thin them out, eating the thinnings in your salads. Here's the game-changing technique: if you have a cheap plastic cloche, a cold frame, or even just a clear plastic storage bin you can prop over your lettuce on really cold nights, you create a microclimate that takes your harvest from possible to abundant. These don't need to be fancy. I've used old window frames propped on bricks. Cost? $0. The taste factor is huge here. Cold-grown lettuce is crisp, sweet, and has none of that bitter edge you get from summer lettuce that's stressed by heat. This is salad that actually makes you excited to eat salad. Financial reality check: a bag of organic mixed greens at the store costs around $5 and lasts maybe 3 salads. One packet of lettuce seeds costs $2 and can provide fresh salad for months if you practice cut and come again harvesting, where you snip off outer leaves and let the plant keep growing. Making it work in your space. Now let's talk about making this work in the real world, because frozen soil is a real obstacle. If the ground is too hard to dig, use containers. Every one of these vegetables grows well in pots. Potting mix stays workable even when garden soil is frozen, and containers can be placed near your house for a bit of extra warmth and protection. If you are planting in the ground and temperatures are above freezing, water the planting area the day before. It softens the soil just enough to get seeds or sets in. Cold protection doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. Old sheets, cardboard boxes, or any material that blocks wind and traps a little warmth will do the job. You're just creating a barrier against the worst of the cold. And yes, winter plants still need water during dry spells. Just water in the warmer part of the day so the soil isn't soaked going into a freeze. Here's why this matters beyond getting a head start on vegetables. Planting in January breaks you out of waiting mode. You're taking action, reconnecting with your garden, and proving that food growing doesn't have to follow a rigid calendar. It also sets you up for a longer harvest season, more fresh food and less money spent at the store. These few crops alone can easily save you serious money by summer. There's also something powerful about harvesting when most people think it's impossible. Picking fresh greens in late winter changes how you see food, seasons, and your own capability. So here's my challenge: pick just one crop to try. You don't need to do everything. Start with what excites you, get it planted this week, and learn as you go. If you found this helpful, subscribe for what's coming next. I'll be breaking down how to start tomatoes indoors without expensive equipment. Share this with a gardener who thinks January is too early to plant. Drop a comment with what you're growing, and hit like to support the channel. Until next time, keep growing, keep saving, and remember, your garden doesn't need to be expensive to be incredible.